Sorry, late start. I was pooping. What do streamers do in the starting? I realized. Sometimes you gotta go. Me right now, dude, watch me in the toilet. Not on the toilet. Watch me when you're in the toilet. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, I guess. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, give me a minute. Yeah, hold up, wait.
I was not bored. Hello, all. Happy Saturday.
Well, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're having pleasance. Yesterday you said you were a vampire. Can I put you down as my sire in my upcoming Vampire the Masquerade game? See, that's weird because Vampire the Masquerade is like fantasy and I'm like really a vampire, so I feel like it's appropriating to a degree, but also I don't actually care about any of that ever. So yes. Okay, we're doing a little bit of pondering build too. Hey, anybody here in chat play this video game and you are a Stormweaver and you can test something for me? Anybody in the chat play this video game? and you're the like 1 out of 20 ascendancies I need, and also you picked the exact ascendancy node I need you to test. Because I think that might be the real build 2 angle, if it works. But I don't know. I've been pondering a lot of build 2s. Current build's pretty strong. I just don't like it. There's a lot of cool new stuff to play with. Uh-oh. Meow. Evil stirs in New York. Evil stirs in the orb. Facts. And all of a sudden, you know, actually, hold up. All of a sudden, starting stream, I feel like allergies began and I'm gonna decongest. I really thought there would be no allergies in the orb. When the orb was sold to me as an idea in wizard school, and I paid for it, they said there would be like no allergies in it. That nature can't affect you inside of it, but it seems wrong. Like I think that nature is still getting to me. And it's kind of fucking me up. Anyway, gaming, build, character, bear man. Randomly dropped this new unique at the beginning of the interludes, and it's been really strong. It's like the highest flat damage talismans that exist at the moment. Crown of Eyes for spell damage applies to attacks, and then basically it's just regular bear shit. I was gonna try and do some weird stuff, but it's just regular bear shit. Anyway, the Stormweaver thing. Anyway, about a different build that's on my mind right now was the thing I initially wanted to dabble in was Fragments of the Past. You use the new rune mechanic and you summon the volcano, and the volcano for some reason does attack damage and it summons ice crystals, and werewolves can pull all the ice crystals onto each other and then they deal damage in like one single spot. And then also you can in fact have 2 volcanoes, but then also with a sport gem you could have 3 volcanoes, but then also Stormweaver should technically be able to have 5 volcanoes. But I'm really doubting the Grinding Gear Games developers lately on did they make things work? And I don't know. I've just been trying to think of like new stuff to do, because this build's okay, but it's just like pure screen clutter and it's not really what I wanted. Anywho, I held off on doing the new endgame stuff, and I was gonna do it when I started stream. This whole like giant fort thing is new. There's a lot of new stuff. I think it's pretty neat. How do you I feel like these also have not been it says active. I swear this has not been active, but whatever. Whatever. Anyway, first map of the fortress. Map looks like a free-to-play MMO. Well, this game is free-to-play, and it does have a painful cash shop, actually. So, I would consider it an MMO as well.
I'll get to the bottom of these towers. Or the top, as it were.
You know how it is. Well, it will be free to play. Free to play weekend. So all these map zones are going to be completely new to me. I think all the maps in this area are
be this lever'll let us
designed to be a part of like specifically this place. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm messing with the cubes. Basically what the bear be up to these days too. Let me lock it in. Let me get the brief explanation going before the whole screen becomes explosions. But there needs to be enemies on this map to build rage. It's never gonna happen. Anyway, you got the run ability. And then basically I run on people. But then usually while I'm running, I've got two different end time cataclysms. And it's kind of just like what the shaman was built to do on bear, which is the sad part. I'm a little bit too quirked up to be a basic little baby boo-boo, you know what I mean? So this is Bear-mageddon, which is just fire, and then also I have Spell-mageddon, and then you run the end. What's the blue Kano spell called again? Fragments of the Past. Which is a very weird name for a pretty normal ability. I feel like they're gonna want me to go into the center part. You gotta play it the way the devs want you to. Well, as we know, the skill that I wanted to use on my league start was bugged, and it was in the patch notes, and they did fix it. So it's not me. I didn't make it up. There were two skills that were bugged, and they didn't work. Also, there actually is a third skill that's bugged for this build in the exact same way, but it must have been broken for at least like 6 months and nobody noticed. What did I just do? Oh, is this like augury? I gotta go around to every single corner. Can really pick them. There's the warrior ancestral cry that turns you into like cow body of aspect, and you leave footsteps wherever you walk. Which also says all martial weapons can use it, but that does not, again, include talismans for some reason. Even though it does say talismans can use it. Which is weird because it's a war cry. And you can use a war cry with anything. But not that one. Dude, I'm cubing it up. Didn't they literally make it a point that you can be a cow bear in the video? I think whatever video... No, I think you're right. Yeah, they did. Yeah, it doesn't technically work. You need an offhand mace to do it. I can't do that. Don't you have to sock it into the bear warcry skill? I'm pretty sure I tried to do that. I could double check.
The energy.
Have you any light to shed on this mural?
It depicts the fortress under siege. But what force could possibly threaten a bastion such as this? Now, we must...
You dumbass Doriana, you know it's the beast! You've been here for the whole game.
Bit of warning wouldn't it go miss?
Also worked if you locked your weapon swap. Yeah, I need a staff on a weapon swap, which has goofed up everything. Normally that animation would play after you kill the Arbiter. So I guess they put him here. And he steals what you're... That makes... Dude, normally you fight like the endgame boss. You finally beat it and that dude shows up on a vampire bat and grabs the loot and leaves. And it's like, dude, why can't I stop him? This one makes more sense. It's like, oh, I did not expect that. All right.
Another danger loosed upon the world, and by our hand no less.
We be doing
We
that.
have no choice but to press on. But let us do so with extreme caution.
Who is that guy? Who knows, dude? Also, I don't know if anybody has dabbled in a second character yet who's weird like me.
The gate is open.
I feel like you're going to have to unlock the rune recipes every time, and it's so much work. They took all of the most annoying side quests in the whole game and made them mandatory for this league. That like you didn't have to do before.
Unnatural sort of flame in the distance. Is that another consequence of our actions?
That flame, that tower, they must be what this mural depicts. I have a bad feeling about this. You must reach that monolith as soon as possible.
Okay, I will do it, Doriani.
We're not dead yet.
Okay, you should have made a portal from me. My portal stays open. I don't know why he would just make a portal and then close it. Like, Doorman can't even actually do that anymore. Doorman's door has a 8-second cooldown for closing it. If you didn't know. Just a little fun fact for you about the Doorman character in case you were wondering. Another fun fact in case you were wondering about the current state of Deadlock competitive is that the winning teams intentionally throw and lose all of their gold and buy stupid shit like a golden egg at a specific timing so that they can be behind, because being behind puts you in the winning position. And there's another great example of how the economy in that game makes no sense. It's like super meta with the new patch for how broken things are. Look, just little fun facts. Just throw out little fun facts. Some people like fun facts. Yeah, because of the urn changes. The urn changes are weird. You're always fighting in mid, and the losing team gets like 60% spirit and bullet resistance in a giant AoE for all of mid, so it's like uncontestable. You can't win that fight if you're not the team that's behind. Basically, meteors from the sky. Bear stuns boss, meteors kill boss. I need a new staff for this to deal more damage, though. Precursor relay. I don't like that. I actually didn't have booting up PoE2 and then shitting on Deadlock on my cards, but so I haven't looked at the new Atlas tree at all, and this is the first map I've done where I earn Barnes Fart. You're choosing between Strongbox Shrines. You eventually unlock all of it, but yeah. Chance of summoning circles. Login. I already did DJ Bear yesterday. I will do more as well. There will be more. That won't be the last of my bear head nodding. If I ever play a bear ever again in the future, I'm sure I'll do it again. Vroom, 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 vroom. You know, so far, I played a little bit of the end game. And I was seeing some gamer reactions on like, it's still not feeling like quite it. And it's a hard thing to like put my finger on. Like I can sense I like really like all the changes and where it's at. But there still is this weird feeling of like something just doesn't like feel good. Like something's wrong still. And it's hard to describe, but I think it boils down to, for me, what my whole problem with the campaign continues to be a problem in the end game, and I think your patience for it in the end game is gone, is how big the maps are. I loaded up this map, saw that it was like the area that is the Eye of Hinokora, and I'm fucking disappointed already, and I don't want to do this. I hate this map. The maps are so big. It's like, dude, it's like Overwatch loading into 4 rounds of Numbani versus a King of the Hill map. It is that exact feeling. It's like I just booted into Numbani and we are tied as a team, and I know this is going 4 rounds, and I have to just like lock in and be here. There's so many campaign maps like that, and then they just 1-to-1. This is my least favorite map in the whole campaign, and it's 1-to-1 in endgame map. And I'm not a fan of that. Otherwise, when I do endgame maps and it's like one of the small maps, like the one I just did before this went like really quickly, then I'm like, oh, that was nice. That was a pleasant little jaunt. I really think like that's it. There's no like Path of Exile 1 has way quicker movement that feels snappier, and it's pretty engaging, and you kind of, even if the map is big, you get through it at like an engaging pace. This game, all you have is sprint, and if any enemy does 1 damage to you, no matter how like high level, like you could go to the first zone in the game, and if you're sprinting and get hit by a dog, you're gonna fall to the ground. So it's good that you can move fast, but it's exhausting, especially with how many like narrow hallways are on every map. And if you like this whole area, I'm only like halfway through it. It's kind of nice that Bear can just you get knocked down if you sprint. Bear can't get knocked down during this though. Oh no, I am close to the end. Okay, but still mad.
Now I get you.
Now I get you. Punches in the face and he goes unconscious. Ooh, I understand. Ooh, divine. It feels so stinky. Also, loot filter noises are not working for anybody. That is the biggest no-no in the universe. Sorry, but that's a huge no-no. Passive that makes you immune to stun while sprinting? Yeah, you have to spend half of a dogshit ascendancy to get it. And then even then, it's really not that. You're still getting stuck on monsters.
Bring any tomes you find.
Streaming is not working for anybody. It's definitely not working for me. Yeah, no, it's all right. Rare boots, you know, endgame, we're not too worried about rare boots anymore.
This heat.
There's a lot of cool new ward skill stuff though, and items, and I don't know, I want to figure out a build too. I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff that wouldn't have been possible on a build 1. I'm starting to piece it together. I'm starting to understand pieces. How much damage is Detonate Living doing? And corpse damage. Okay. Okay. Alright. Concussive runes. I haven't, like, seen the damage on a lot of these. That's also quite good. They're all not bad, pretty good. Pause of Exile. Did I mention like deadlock what like 10 minutes ago now? And mentally you're still like fucking pausing, man. Yeah, pause. P-A-W of Exile because of the bear. Exactly. Wow, that Asmiri spirit really tried moving. Leaf mace. That's the wrong button.
This is going to be epic.
This was epic. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very nice. This game keeps feeling like so close to getting it, you know? Every season it's edging me on getting it just a little bit more. I'm hoping 1.0 pulls it all together. Why is my thing not building? Am I not hitting the boss? This bugged ass fucking boss? I hope 1.0 really gets it together. I can't hit the boss. Okay, there we go. He moved. I was like wondering why my skills weren't charging up to being usable. Because I have to hit things for them to become usable. We'll get it on release. Well, they'll have swords on release.
How can I help?
Also,
What do you
they
think?
very... That's very good. They very... If only it had Loif. But I'm still trying to piece together resistances, I think. Also, I need to unbind, finally, my inventory key, and the new show... Randomly look at your rune recipes is the same button. Open rune-shaped tome. Let's put that on 0, because I'm 0 going to use that. Nice one, streamer. It might have swords on release. They're 100% gonna have swords on release. I really think that swords were probably like very close to being done. And then they decided like pretty last minute to not put them in. And it probably is more hype to keep them for 1.0 at this point after the initial disappointment. But they probably needed time to finish all the big endgame stuff that they were doing. Because all of their supporter packs, every single one of them has a character holding a sword in it. There's like I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of like really small things that are like, yeah, they were building up to have a sword. I think they will have every weapon type on release. I don't think they will. considering it took them 8 months to make Druid after Druid was showcased 6 years ago. And then also they have specifically said they may do 1.0 without all of the classes released, and every weapon is a class, and they're not going to have all the classes. There's just no way they do that in 6 months. Still learning what all these new runes are. Tax break armor. Equaled? Wait a minute. That's big. That's the entire Warbringer Ascendancy, basically. Wait a minute. I was trying to plan builds around Warbringer, like, because they always break armor. And I was going to do a ward build of breaking armor, but I had to be Warbringer. But this thing genuinely is probably better. And this is also not even the highest tier version of this. There's still like 2 more rune qualities after that. So yeah, also new classes, you're going to do new classes, and like half of the ascendancies need total reworks. That's not happening. It ain't going to occur. Sorry. Can you do a backflip for me? It's my birthday. Maybe if I had a trampoline in my background and I could just go over to the tramp and do a little tramping while I'm streaming. But I don't think that I have that. That would be... I have a ceiling in my room as well. I'd have to get rid of the ceiling. I get a trampoline for that guy's birthday? He's never got me anything for my birthday. I don't think. Maybe he shipped me something like 5 years ago and I never got it. And he's been like pissed off ever since because I never reciprocated the birthday gifts. It's possible. Pretend to do a backflip for me? Whoa! I'm in an orb, man. I'm like, I have no physical constitution. If I just mentally think backflip, like, I'm doing it. I'm not bound by these kinds of things inside the orb. Actually. After that whole explanation, actually. Wait a minute. I'm not in my room. I lied. Sorry, I lie sometimes. Kind of like how I said I was going to check on if me and Drummer were going to have a baby in Tamagotchi life. Yeah, sorry, Path of Exile came out. I went to bed at 6:30 a.m. I woke up at 11. I'm here to game.
None may leave this accursed island.
Nature!
Be still.
Bear is still so slow, it's hard to get one singular slam in to get the stun. Good thing there's stuns, I guess.
This is
Fuck that Germa guy anyway. Honestly, I'm about to have a baby with
I'll take it.
Demonica instead.
Carry on.
Like, if he doesn't get his act together, I know we've been married for 1 month in game. It's gonna be me and Demonica in a sec. Not Waldo? Where is Waldo? There's no Waldo on the island. The burning monolith. Okay.
Gate sealed tight.
This door, it requires 3 fragments. One is already present. Something about it feels...
If even that series' royal thaumaturge is disturbed, then there's little hope for the rest of us.
There was some druid dialogue last night when you first go to the breach area and find the Genesis tree, which is this weird hand tree that births you womb gifts. The druid is really pissed off about it. I enjoyed it very much. He was appropriately disgusted. Did you enjoy Mirage? PoE League? Yeah, it was good. It was the best one they've had in a while for sure. This has been happening. Every time there's like a new showing you something on the map, sort of like cinematic reveal, it just loads forever. And I need to hit escape and then I miss it. But there's actually been some cool transitions. Like when you first find... When you do the first watchtower, it does the whole cinematic of the walls rising from the ground thing. I was like, cool. I was like, that's cool. Where do I get the burning sensation from? Where do I get the crisis fragments? They're over here. Okay, you gotta hit them with the left and the right, I think, or maybe just the left. A little left hook here. Shafts of light raise life where they fall. Words of wisdom. What's your bear Sona name? Shah. He's Shah, I'm man. It's in the fucking build guide, dude. Come on. Exclamation point build. Why am I gonna spend so much time on the build guide if no one's gonna look at it? Also, it's totally inaccurate because I'm not a werewolf. But you're gonna want to ignore that part. And also the part about the bramble volcano, I don't do that anymore either. So like...
What mad fiends?
You need some imagination when you look at it. Artist who can only draw wolves? I don't know about that. The wolf is the worst drawn thing in that picture. He did get his nails did, which is cool. I guess. Oh yeah, I need to check if I can do the ancestral cry thing. That would be nice. You know, I think they made a big point on release about their dodge roll not having a cooldown. And that's like a plus side because a lot of dodges, like, oh, Diablo 4 had like a cooldown dodge roll. They all do, but you can roll as much as you want. I think that might be one of the things fucking up how like flow of movement feels in a map. Like if it was a faster animation and it was just like a quick step, but you can only do it sometimes. This Path of Exile 1 feels really snappy is the word we're going to use. Word of the day for Path of Exile 1, snappy. This game, sloggy. It's the one thing that just feels like off. You could keep like the pace of combat and everything and all the integrity and everything they want, but there's just like, there's like a bit of a mud feeling in this game. And if you did that with the dodge roll, Then you could have a dedicated button to sprint, and that would also feel better. And then you could also just give sprint heavy stun. Are these the other ones? Yeah, this is a different list. I haven't read some of these. Support attacks you trigger yourself, causing them to cost Runic Ward to deal additional fizz damage. Chance to drop Verisium Infusion Remnant, as far as I've seen, only applied to one single skill that I've read. Supports slams you use yourself, allowing them to spend a large amount of Runic Ward to become runically boosted. Runically boosted slams are empowered with extra physical damage and create a rune the first time they hit an enemy. This might actually be good for me. 20% damage as extra fizz. Spend the Runic Ward equal to 150% of life and mana cost. Like I could put that on my Stampede, which you only use once and it keeps going, and its cost is 150 mana. So I would need like 300 ward, which I have. But it doesn't seem like a lot for how much that costs. You like slams? We don't. I like Sunder. And then they fucked up Sunder. Sunder on 1.0 or 0.1 was way better. They made it a really weird situational sometimes skill. And it's like the only mace skill I like. Stream is lagging, help. I'm getting DDoSed by Jonathan Rogers for suggesting that dodge roll go on a cooldown. He's really pissed about my suggestions. He's also really mad about me throwing shade on Deadlock for no reason at the beginning of the stream. Lagging for a while. It is me dropping frames, like it is my internet connection. It seems like it came back. It might just be one of those days. Let me do a speed test and see if it's like the Twitch server or me. God, if I called you a dirty Jingak, would you say that like I sound like I just said something real fucked up and I shouldn't say that again? I don't know what my upload usually is. I think it's like triple what it is showing right now, so I think it is me. Honestly, yeah, that's what they call you in the... That's what the Jins call you in this. And I said it out loud for the first time today, and I was like, oh, it feels like a word I shouldn't be saying. I think in-game it means like anybody who isn't like one of the Jins. So also, I think in-game it is racist. They just like made up a perfectly sounding racist word. They must have some real racers in the GGG team. I might have to... I don't know. It's just me lagging. I'm gonna try and... Yeah, one of my greatest defeats in life that I have to admit to you is that I did install League of Legends when they added WASD, and I had intended to try it once, and I did open it and then close it and immediately realized what I did wrong, but I never uninstalled Vanguard or the game, and I still launch my computer and have Vanguard open every time for like the last couple months. And after explaining this to you, that does not mean that I'm going to change it. Expend a large amount of Runic Ward to instantly create a short-lived copy of yourself that uses a socketed skill once. I read that before, but I didn't like read that before. That's very good. I'm just trying to like... Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm trying to see if my internet clears up and not doing anything. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's not fine. Sounds like using a skill once with extra steps. Well, like my giant slam that I do is so slow that instant casting this to do one would be nice. Because then also I get double slams on the volcano. But it is such a huge rune cost. To not make it worth it. Wait, what is the cost? 82 mana? That's a little bit better. There is one, the Skyfall gem, you can only use after you've spent enough Runic Ward. So like spending Runic Ward for some builds is a good thing. Picking up Remnants triggers explosion. That radius was bigger, that would be crazy. Sacrifice your Runic Ward to send out an energy pulse that grants nearby allies guard. Allies, not looking at that. This sounded weird. Raise a pair of electrified pylons. We love pylons in front of you. Damaging, electrocuting enemies. Projectiles you fire through the wall become energized and discharge that energy on hit. Also, this one is an attack. You could put down a bunch of the volcanoes and then put the beam here and it would shoot all of them. You sure could. First time Jerma? Jerma has played and streamed this game. First time Jerma and you don't even watch Jerma. That's weird. Do I like this over the fish game? What nuclear throne is it? Like, well, I can't think of anything. What fish game?
Down you go.
Subnautica? Sometimes people be saying weird stuff to me like that though, and then I think, and it, like 3 days ago I played a fish game and I don't remember. Oh, first. Oh, for a while I was enjoying this more than the first because there was a lot to discover. I'm kind of going back and forth. I don't know. I'm hoping with 1.0 I will like this one more again. I feel like Mirage League was very good, and so far this league to me, besides the endgame, feels like, I don't know, all the character balance is kind of the same, and that's a little disappointing because the character balance is already pretty linear. I like making builds, and PoE 1 is better for making builds, but also I like playing ARPGs that like look good and feel good, and this game look good and feel good, even though I just described it as a sludge type game. And then Jonathan Rogers DDoSed me for saying it. Other than that, like, it, you know. This game just needs, like, very small tweaks. And this, before launch, they said they're going to do a couple mini leagues of, like, small little leagues to get some balanced stuff. I hope they try some really weird shit. I'd, like, genuinely hope we get some, like, this is the PTR, we're just gonna throw random shit in type league changes and stuff. I feel like they need to do that, and this is the last chance for them to do it. Map boss drops a unique item. What? I'm trying to get in Diablo 4, but I never played Diablo. Well, Diablo 1 is a different game from Diablo 2, and then 3 and 4 are like not actually Diablo games. It's a little weird. How are the unique changes feeling? Hit and miss. There's some real weird ones. So you go to upgrade some unique weapons and it'll give some of them like a crazy boost. There's one weapon in particular I think is really insanely overpowered and no one ever talks about it, and it would be like a Giga Ultra build, but I kind of don't even want to play it myself. And the weapon for it, when you upgrade the unique, gets like 5 times the damage, 4 times the damage, and it was already like instant final boss killing type weapon. So some of them, and then some of them you'll like upgrade a unique armor and it'll get like 10 more armor. It's like it's all over the place. Diablo 1 remake. If they start running out of money, like whatever they announced at BlizzCon this year, if people don't buy it, maybe next year you get a Diablo 1 remake. Who knows? This guy's first phase, I guess, is just bugged and you can't hit him until he moves. The same as last time. Mini Fs? Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about it. My internet's just being weird today. And we need to all collectively do a spirit bomb.
Welcome. This is what we have available. For now, we part.
I think that's the only thing that can be done. This weapon. Splinter of Lorata. Any number of poisons from this weapon can affect the target at the same time. Normally you're limited to 1 poison. Or if you invest in the tree, you can get like 6 to 12 on Pathfinder. This spear, in like 3 seconds, you can apply about 400 poisons. And then when you upgrade this one, it goes from its default 7 to 16, which is kind of one of the weird limiting factors of it. And this one upgrades to 26 to 52 damage. There's a really weird gimmick you can do to make this do actual damage. You might not even need it. Even at 52 max damage on this one. Plus you can rune slot it and quality it. But there's like a super gimmick for that makes it do a ton of damage. Which has survived like 2 patches. I genuinely have no idea how. I really think it's one of the most broken things in the game. Just like no content creator has done it. Tight balance decisions. I'm a noob. Tips for Ranger this league. Play and have fun and read the things you pick. I'm a big proponent of having fun. I don't think that I could give you in a sentence like a Ranger build guide or whatever, if that's what, I don't even know what I could tell you. Use range. True. Be sure to utilize your skills. Snipe is very powerful. The snipe skill. I think there's the node on the new master that says your spirits cannot possess rare monsters, so theoretically they always go for the boss. That shit does not work at all. Unless this map's boss is in the middle, which I don't think that it is. Pretty sure you just keep going down. I see them still keep possessing rare monsters. Is the part that I should start with on that. Maybe it is in the middle. I don't believe it. Who out there is doing like their first Elden Ring playthrough and looking up a build guide? What percentage of players do you think are like, man, I'm a little too overwhelmed for Elden Ring. There's too many weapons in it. I'm gonna look up a guide. Like probably a decent amount with how many people were jerking it over Rivers of Blood. But I mean like on a first playthrough?
No escape. Not this time.
Because it's kind of the same thing. The game is like, to me, fundamentally about discovery. Oh shit, he did do the thing. That came down way faster than I thought it would.
No escape. Not this time. Damn throat out. Guillotine drops.
Oh yeah. I usually discover I don't know how to make a build. To what standard? Someone who's played the game for 10 years? Or to your first playthrough?
What do you think? I'll find a use for it. For now, we back.
I think in PoE 2 it's very easy to a fault. It's a little too easy to make the correct build because everything is so like set up to do combos and there aren't a ton of skills on the recommended tab anyway. I mean, like, you'd have to be Jonathan Rogers to fuck up a wolf build. Meow, meow. Oh, little crossbow guy knocked down my big bear. I stepped on a thumbtack. Boom.
Play game for gift.
OP time? Is that what we're going for? I pronounced that in my head like 6 different ways. I don't know how much of it's ready yet, but they did do the in-game build guide feature this patch for people who want to do that and not have to think about what they're playing. Which, once people have some of those set up, should be incredibly easy to follow. I'm actually looking forward to that for like speedrun leveling builds, because it's really easy to forget what support gems you need at exactly what levels, and speedrun builds are like so meticulously planned out. And in like PoE1, you have to spend time practicing them to get like really get it down right. But that's, again, I'm holding that to like the standard of I'm trying to like legitimately speedrun the game. And if you try it on a different build, you need to like relearn everything. So for that, I'm looking forward to it. If I could just have like a level 1 to 20, here's what works in the speedrun, that would be awesome. And I'm sure they will exist sooner rather than later. Anybody out here wondering why when you do the remnant encounter, you have to click on it for it to drop the items? Anybody out here wondering that? Or is that just me? How's PoE? It's alright. If you have passive PoE interest, I would wait until 1.0 in December. If you're an avid poer, I think I said this to you last time, it's still kind of in that same spot. I think the end game got a lot of good stuff done to it, but I expect the hype at 1.0 and the game to really start being a little bit more cohesive at that point on a full playthrough. I think the campaign takes a long time right now, and it's hard to like genuinely recommend the commitment to it when I know 1.0 is going to be that much better. Because they're even talking about like redoing base items, like all of the base item progressions through campaign. Did you stop Forza? I haven't really had time to play it. I don't really want to stream it, but I do enjoy it still. I do want to play it a lot more. It might be like an alt channel kind of game for me at this point. I just feel like there's nothing to talk about while I'm doing it, and then I feel bad. But I would Forza with you still. I quit in Act 3 twice due to how long it takes. I don't blame you. And it's a shame. I feel like a lot of people who played the campaign did it early and didn't ever get to Act 4 because it didn't exist yet. And Act 4 is like one of the best ones. So I'm really hoping they sort that. Okay. Ancestral Cry. Dude, it does work. God, I was being dumb about that. God, I'm so dumb. I can be even bigger now. You gain glory for this when you ignite things. I think I am just randomly igniting things. So that should be fine. second part of Act 3 is a drag. I think they tried to do a lot of campaign improvements this time around, and they really... I mean, I was just saying earlier, I think my personal number one you need to fix this about this game is how big maps are.
I'll find a use for it. Carry on.
And then that carries into endgame because you're doing some of the same layouts.
Good fortune.
Meow, 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 meow. More maps that get the dreadnought treatment. There's so many that are just like... There's two things. Some of the maps are too big, and they really like you doing like side quest, fetch quest stuff on like a third of the maps in the campaign. So it's already a giant map, and it's like on this map you need to find this, this, and this. And it's even worse this season because of the rune crafting stuff. You need to do a lot of the most annoying side quests that were not mandatory before. It like became mandatory because they tied it to the runesmithing guy. I was really realizing it this time around that you get to the interludes or the preludes or whatever the frick they're called after you do like the main campaign acts, and I feel like I like have a sigh of relief because there's no more like 15 side quests per map. There's like less people talking to you. There's just like, it just finally feels like it gets to the point of being a chill game. Which I hope they see this, because Jonathan Rogers, man, keeps saying that every time they bring up the campaign in interviews, he has this like smug well, we know how, like we've proven we know how to make an act by now. Like that's one thing we know, because I think he came off the high of like everybody really likes Act 4, and he's totally ignoring that that's a fucking 25% success rate. Okay, no, 50. I'll give you 50 because Act 1 is good. Though, again, the progress is a little sloggy in some spots after a few playthroughs. Oh, this is a full expedition one. Is it Jonathan Rogers that put me in the health orb? No, I put myself in because I'm a high level wizard and I can just decide to be in the fucking gemstone. Hold on. Text. I feel like I have very good PoE takes, and it's lost on 1% of my audience playing this game. It's rough. There's 80 life on weapons. The new runes are crazy, man. Volcanoing my shit. I'm glorping my shit right now for real. I'm about to start running. On God. Okay, I have the new ancestral war cry type beat. Did it not do anything? I don't think it did anything. I'm supposed to be having like exploding footsteps. I did the war cry. I didn't do anything. Ancestral cry's in there. Okay. Yeah, and it's not showing a glory meter. It's not working at all. Okay. But yeah, like one chatter said, I forgot. That is an interaction that they showcased being able to work in another, like last seasons or 2 seasons ago. I don't know what's going on there. I think there's some weird weapon swap stuff with shapeshifts where if you have a double talisman, some things work that are not working when I have a staff. It's very weird. Wait, did I not open up the remnants because I was yapping? Explain PoE in Tamagotchi terms. Would you prefer a small Diablo 1 or a Mondo Diablo? No, a small Diablo 2 or a Mondo Diablo 2? And then you go, oh, I would like a Mondo Diablo 2. And then we become friends. It's kind of what it's like. And then if you're like, actually, I would prefer a small Diablo 2. And then, I don't know, then you probably think that like Borderlands 2 is like a ARPG and like has good progression. You should play that. What did you say to me? I need a new staff. No, I need... Wait a minute. There's an angle to trick the game into doing the things that I wanted it to do. If Sun Splitters are cheap, they are. Sun Splitter gives +1 level to all lightning, cold, and fire skill gems. It's always 1, 2, 3. It changes which order they are. But the only spell I really need gem levels on now is Apocalypse. And it counts as lightning, cold, and fire, so it gains all of the levels, and then that's just as good as the staff and the shield slot, and then you can still wield like a wand or a weapon. And if I wielded a weapon in my offhand, it would let me use the war cry. I simply have to trick the game into thinking I'm holding a weapon when I am in fact holding a weapon already. And it's when you explain things like this as people go, oh, this game's too complicated. You're not supposed to know about any of the things I said. You're just not supposed to know. Don't worry about it. It's also not supposed to be that way. Also, where is the boss on this map is the only thing you're supposed to know. That's a lot of levels. I used that trick on the one spell build I played was using Snap and Firestorm. Firestorm and Snap are both also Fire Cold Lightning skills. It was pretty strong. I liked it. God damn it. Been having these weird... Maybe that's my internet. No, my internet looks fine. This kind of clears up eventually, but I've had this happen a few times. Real OGs remember snapshotting Chober Chaber. I guess I'm not an OG. Though also that's minion stuff. I don't know any minion stuff across any game. I'm escaping the orb. Oh yeah, it saves you where you are now. He keeps missing this damn wall. He needs to throw that rock at the wall so that he loses his like defense buff.
Purge the unworthy. Fake blind dogs.
This dang boss. This got all goofed up. Little goofed, little lagged, a little weird. I forgot I had Runic Word there actually.
Welcome. This is what we have available.
Thank you, Runic Word. There was less danger than I initially anticipated. Can you put amulets in the... No. No, no, no. Genuine question for the developers. Who do you intend if you can just go to the bosses and kill them? I guess you'd have to be on a really bad build to not just straight go there. I guess that's the design angle of having like 50 maps inside this segment. Because you get all the points after you kill the boss as if you did the maps.
Time erodes all progress.
I'm still in Act 3. I know it feels like it's been an eternity in Act 3, but you'll get out one day. I was not convinced on the new delirium stuff. It's pretty cool, but I don't know. You can go into like the delirium dimension sometimes, and it seems rare. I got a psycho crazy good amulet out of it. Psycho crazy bonkers crazy. I knew that would kill me. The 2 following you chaos orbs that I feel like move 20 times faster than they used to move, even though at some point they nerfed them because they were too annoying.
Misshapen filth.
This patch, it feels like they really got like triple the speed. It's weird. They did not do that before. I hadn't really thought about that. They've been annoying me this patch, and kind of just realized, yeah, they used to be really slow. And they made a big deal about, they said that it was like the highest percentage of player deaths was to those purple orbs, and they changed them in like 0.2. Hey, I'm walking here. How much dexterity does Sunsplitter? 78 dex. I have 74. Okay, I need to get that after this map. This map is too fucking big. Dude, I'm playing Forza right now. I'm doing a full 3 laps in my bear. I'm about to go split the sun for real. How's a new player with no purchase stash tab supposed to carry all these currencies, by the way? Yep. Hope that helps. This game got bloated as fuck with this game feels like it has double the amount of currencies than PoE 1 already. It's kind of bad because, again, I think one of their big design goals was for that to not be the case. Ooh, this also lets me powie. Didn't they remove half the orbs? I mean, they added 160 runes this league. I wouldn't say that's just runes. The socketables tab is disgusting. All of those base runes. all of these new Calgar runes. Then you have soul cores. Then you have idols. Ancient augments, I don't even know what these are. I guess these are also new. Oh no, some of those are the temple ones? And that's just things that can go in your gear. It's too much, man.
Hey,
What is it?
And they did all of that so that they could avoid having a crafting bench. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, my staff was pretty good. I kind of just random exalt spam this in the campaign and got spell damage, fire damage, all spell fire levels. Not bad, pretty good. So this is +2 levels over that. I get to have parry. Parry very strong. And then I can put a weapon. I don't know if I'm gonna put a weapon in my hand so that I can do the war cry, or I can put a wand there so that my spell's better. I think for now I'm gonna do the weapon. Is there a weird like spell damage hybrid weapon or something that applies status effects on spells or something as a weapon that I don't know about? That can be one-handed. There's that new hammer that has ward on it. Incomplete Blessed Claymore. Oh, and this one has 3 rune sockets always. So that's also a plus. If nothing else. Mjolnir gives lightning levels. I'm gonna need something that's a one-hander. They didn't make Mjolnir a one-hander in this, did they? I don't have 200 int or strength though. I don't have one Chouse orb? I really don't have one Chouse.
what's new? I'll fill that in as soon as I can. What's new? You definitely want that one.
Oh, you definitely want that, you little baby boo-boo. Are there any weapons that have like +2 fire skill levels or anything like that either? I don't know. I could just search that. I could not ask and just search it, but... Something is so broken with this war cry. Like it's just not working in the bear roar at all either. Whose bear is that? Dude, it's my fucking bear. Dude, leave me and my fucking bear alone. What is this going on? This comes with... Oh, yeah, this one has random outcomes. Sure. Science. I think that got the skills that empower an attack a chance to not count it, is what was new. And then also it gets damage, which I might need because I think it's going to snap. I think the Warcry is going to snapshot my spell damage skill tree because it has to be on my weapon swap. And then also this, ideally this weapon has like, wait a minute, I may have, I may be cooking? I may have just had a plan? I don't know what any of these new things do though. If there's something else. You bump it full of resolve runes so that I can equip a higher level curse
Have an order?
on the weapon swap.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
And then I should also be able to
Yes?
What is it?
refund some int passives. What's my int at with it? 127. And what is... What is... Elemental weaknesses requiring 116. Okay, I'm overkilling it. Nice. Dude, look at that. Would you look at that? Oh, you know why I'm also overkilling it? Because elemental weakness is a cold fire lightning spell. So it's getting +6 levels. Because of the shield as well. Yes, sir. Okay, that's a pretty nice setup then. Minus 62% resistance I did not have before, and the ability to Ancestral Cry. Slash! Dude, I'm going to slash! That many skill levels for that cheap? This item's crazy. But you have to use it basically with a cold fire lightning skill, and there's not too many of them in the game. Love that shield, simple as.
To fail as a death!
How does this build Warcry? How does this build Glory? By igniting enemies. Okay, I should randomly be igniting enemies when I'm running around. Dude, chat looking like a toxic waste dump. Don't points mean anything to you? Man, if I had 10,000 points for every single abandoned Twitch feature, that really doesn't amount to anything. I'm once again asking, did that war cry do anything? Or did it immediately turn off when I weapon swapped, and that's why it looks like it didn't do anything? It immediately is turning off when I weapon swap. Okay. It was a real good idea making druid before swords. Really got this whole game thing figured out. The heck is a sword? You'll never know. You'll never find out. I swear last patch it probably worked. I haven't messed with Bear ever, but again, they showcased that interaction working and it does not work at all in any way. I thought casting it as a human would fix it. But it does not. So back to Seismic Cry. I go. Oh yeah, I do got parry now though. That is nice. You need to put in the bear war cry. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. That's what we were doing. With it socket into the bear war cry right now, it just was completely ignoring the gem and was doing the normal bear war cry. Because it says that I don't have the correct weapon type to use it. That is the third or fourth bug this build has run into. It's rough out here, man. I am once again asking, is there someone who is playing this game in the current patch and has a Stormweaver who can test something for me? On the 1% chance.
Screen to split the sky.
I didn't even use the curse. I just parried him. And parry is so strong.
I can't help you at all. Here's a sub.
Thank you. Wait, that helps me a lot, actually. Wait a minute. If you can plus like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Smash that like button on your way out. Do you want me to ask AI? What? I think I'm good. I think I'll be okay.
Sold it.
Oh, I didn't know this game had Red Blade Banner. That's cute.
Gift for joy.
Bro, normal Jerry, thank you very much. Thanks for keeping it normal all these years. My Stormweaver is only level 41. If you have the +2 elemental limit ascendancy node, you can test what I need to test.
Good. Yes?
Which you could have at level 40, but it depends if you went that way. I just want to be double sure. I'm not even sure if I do the build. If it does in fact work with the new fragments from the past volcano when we'll let you have +2 of them. Because then I think I might do a Stormweaver werewolf. Put that on the menu. It seems really silly. I don't know what I'm leveling anymore. A lot of my points right now are kind of actually temporary points while I thought about what I was going to do and I never thought about it. Like, all of these pathing down to strength, I kind of just took because I needed strength. I probably don't anymore. I'll think about it after I do the map. There. Ooh, a big rune. All equipment upgrades a socketed rune. Is that how you... That shouldn't be how you get perfect runes. That's awful. I don't know what this does. Oh, it's just a rune that interacts with your other 100 runes in your inventory that you don't know what all the runes do. But yeah, I could definitely unspec all my nodes because of the hammer trick. The hammer giving me like 35 intelligence. Biggest disappointment this patch remains the fact that there's no loot filter drop sounds. It's actually crazy. It's actually ludicrous. Electrocute mod comes off Brain Rattler. There is a cool new lineage support gem that makes electrocuted enemies explode when they die. That seems pretty fun. Like a good old PoE 1 Impulsa build. And then you could totally... You could put that on anything. Play Tactician maybe even and get for the immobilization build up. Because I think there's some other new electrocute stuff as well. I was thinking of doing Tactician with the concussive runes early on, but we didn't really know how they worked. Boom, 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 beam, boom, boom. Wait, these stairs go down. Why does this map have a side area? I also added cold dot. They sure did. They added a lot of ways to support that, like, that build.
Reap what you've sown.
I have to be honest, dear chatters, I have never understood what the phrase reap what you sow really means. Like, I know what is being implied by it, but I have no idea why that is reaping and that is sowing. Who said this originally that like fucked up everybody forever? Like, I get it. It's just it's a weird phrase. Every time I hear it, I just think it's weird. It's 2026. Who is sewing? He doesn't get it, dude. He thinks we're talking about, dude. He doesn't get it. He's so close to getting it, but people like him never learn. Talking like someone who's scared of being reaped. I mean, I am hiding inside of the orbs, if that wasn't the first clue. You can't be reaped if you're in the orb. Everybody knows this. Oh, hit stunned immediately. I really like builds that I feel like I'm hitting things. And the run bear, that's why run bear feels good. It even has like decent clear when you run around. It just feels like I stop engaging with things. Also, my filter needs to cull all those items earlier. I think it waits until like tier like some higher tier than it should. From the ancient days where there was no loot. Give me Soul Tether. Now. Neither attacks nor runs. The weird thing about the bear running is that if there's a bug on the ground, and not a game bug, like if there's a little scarab, your bear running can get stuck on it. And enemies can push you while you're running, but you can't push enemies. What's up with that? Why it'd be like that, though? Tilefen, thank you very much. Holy, a lot of gifties today. Gifty sounds like something the Grinch would say. I'm trying to beat the Grinch allegations, actually. So if you could unhear that. Miss of salami. Where'd the damage go? Oh, I keep forgetting to curse as well. That would be a lot of the damage. That takes like all my mana.
Take your time.
No.
Find a use for it.
Time is
For now,
money.
Barret.
Yes? I'll do what I can to sell it for you.
I need like there should be a cost reducing thing on this. Efficiency? Let me figure out my skill points real quick. Beep bop boop boop beep boop. Boop boop. Don't need any of that. I needed about 20 of that actually. Okay. Well, we have 8 points. Where are we traveling? Where are we landing? Meow, 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 meow. These fire nodes okay, but I actually do need to spend. These 4 points. I'm just gonna put them anywhere. It don't matter. None of this matters.
I'll make short work of this.
Short work of this. Hello? Is anyone home? Ascend? I actually still need to do my third ascendancy point. That's actually so real. That's actually so much damage that I don't have. Is every single one of these going to be a quad lever? Yikes. Kind of what I'm talking about with these maps. It's like the most empty map ever with the slow levers in it. I don't know what they're doing.
Twisted thing.
It's more hallway than map. Wait. Hallways can be map. It's pretty cinematic and neat, but really these hallways, like, you can't even put enemies in these. You can put like 2 dudes in it. But then it's like the whole sprint thing I was talking about, where if you get hit one time while sprinting, you fall on the ground for like 5 seconds. But you had to sprint through a narrow hallway past like 3 enemies that like don't threaten you at all, but they could still, no matter what, always knock you down and slow you down anymore. And being slowed down is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. I cannot believe that on launch we didn't have sprint at all. Like, imagine this zone without it. This was the game. Also, I'm probably moving faster than you used to. Because certainly, at least in early game, you did not have a movement speed boots. The precursors built a shrimp. I need to remember that I have elemental weakness. Curse. I'm not using it. And still on the giga delay. Warframe stamina bar. I don't remember that. That sounds miserable.
Proceed. Activated. The way is open. The energies in this area are even stronger. They seem to lead here. Proceed with caution. I am still perturbed.
I'm going to the cube.
We seek.
Very well.
Until next time.
So that basically skipped me doing 2 maps worth of progress. Not really what they made it sound like.
How can I help? This is what we have available.
Fortress kinda weird.
I'll find a use for it. Carry on.
It's weird because the fortress feels like the most mandatory thing there is. But like the least appealing of all of the content that they put in endgame. Last night I was just going around and like going down this way and doing the side quests and doing all the league mechanic stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cool, and there's like story beats all the time, and I have like goals on the map. This just feels like there's a lot less happening, but you need to do it to get Atlas points. I feel like it should be its own league in a way. I also really thought when they showed the whole like enclosed areas that you were going to be able to reset them. Because I think one of the problems with the Atlas is that it is infinite and you need like small bite-sized goals. I don't know what happens after you do like the final tower area though. I have no idea. It didn't sound like it reset or anything. Eat your vegetables. I did eat vegetables this morning actually. I did it without you telling me. I know you've been on me every single day for months about this, but I did. I'm finally learning. Nordgus, thank you. Chat, listen. Hey, chat, my name is Ster. Chat, I don't like this build. And I've known it for some time. I knew it at League launch. The moment that I was unable to do the werewolf volcano thing and it was bugged yesterday, I literally did, before the League launch, a practice run of Spellbear, and I said to myself, I don't like this, and I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna do, you know what? I'll try a werewolf version instead with the new volcano. Volcano bugged, here I am. It's also one of those builds that totally stops being what the build was in the campaign and endgame. Where in the campaign, it's like, oh, I'll place down the volcanoes and I'll work on the combo and I'm gonna slam the there's like no time to do that. You just cast Apocalypse and run. Fucking Boon Wand. That's also why I haven't done my Ascendancy. Because I thought to myself, if I'm gonna respec maybe to Oracle for something, then if you do your third Ascendancy, it's harder to respec it. Because you'd have to do 3 Trials of Sekma to respec. Again. Normal attack Wyvern. I played too many Wyvern builds. There's a chance I might do a crossbow build using the broken infinite poison thing. Because I could do infinite poison on bosses and I could do just like rune damage boost crossbow stuff normally. Apparently I wouldn't have to be warrior because the new rune you can put in your weapon. So I could do something else. Don't know what. who would be good at crossbowing? And also infinite poisoning. Might have to try Bleed Spear. I think that's been one of my all-around favorite, like... I don't know, what has been my favorite Poo 2 build? Might be Bleed Spear. You know what, actually? I think it was my first build that I did, the very first one that I made the video on, the Gemling Snipe Poison. Which, like, cannot be done anymore. I haven't played a Deadeye yet. I think I would really enjoy Deadeye and just do, like, the Frenzy Charge farming and super barrages or something like that. Because I really like Snipe is my favorite skill in the game for sure. Where is Black Crow at? They didn't necessarily nerf it. I know what you mean. They kind of completely reworked what Snipe does. I don't like the Snipe rework at all. It's the same thing as Thunder. Thunder used to be a guaranteed crit, and there was cool stuff you could do with that. Snipe was a guaranteed crit, and they just turned them into like really awkward. Thunder mostly. Thunder is like a really awkward combo thing.
Fire!
And I do think Deadeye's nodes got nerfed quite a bit. I don't recall. But I feel like the double frenzy charge use thing used to be better.
Screen to split the sky.
Yeah, I was originally going to do a Gemling with... No, I was thinking Martial Artist with the Wind Serpent Spear. And using the bells to generate frenzy charges. That was going to be my build, and then I woke up and said, what if I did the wolf thing? Oh, I tried to parry that. You can't parry that. You're not him. Widowhail got a cool buff. We were talking about the unique items earlier. You can upgrade unique items. Randomly, Widowhail is one of those ones that, like, gets good. Or proportionally more good than other things get good. They changed the 6 to 9 damage to a 42 to 62 poison chaos. Which is, people usually ended up using Widowhail and poison builds anyway. That one makes like a giga jump. It's a couple of these use the exceptional Verisium to upgrade, and those are good, but like it's kind of random which ones are that. That one upgrades pretty well for leveling. But then, yeah. I was sad when they reworked Cultist Bow. What did they do? Because I think it's still busted, and also it was in complete nonsense. On launch, it didn't make any sense. I thought it still was that way. A meteor exploded over Boston. Did I do that? Bro, what the fuck does Masterwork Rune do? That's interesting. What people do Masterwork Rune? What does this thing do? Does it like consume when you put it in to upgrade the other one? What the fuck does it do? Nobody knows. Except for the people that do, and they're not in my chat. He said he was an ancient yesterday. I should defend him. I am an ancient vampire. We're not supposed to talk about it, but no one listens to anything I say anyway. It's the perfect disguise.
I'll stand your tide.
I'm stuck. Oh, you're just goofing again. That you drank Abraham Lincoln's blood and they had to shoot him to cover it up. Whoops. Oh. I keep getting surprised when it's an actual expedition. Okay, these don't do anything though. You're gonna have to like put something in the expedition for me to want to do it. Is there no Atlas tree for expedition? That's sad. I get it, but also it's really pretty obviously a core feature. I don't know why it doesn't have one.
Your corpse will feed the new tomorrow. Utopia cannot be stopped. Don't stand a chance. So long as divinity disgraces the world, no one is
I'm gonna let you do your monologue. I don't feel like dealing damage right now. I'm gonna let you do a little bit of monologuing. All right, I've seen enough. It's just weird because he phase transitions at like no health.
Madness took you.
How much rage do I have? 63. And there is the one shaman node. For every 2 rage also grants 1% more spell damage. And I have 50% or so rage effect. like don't feel like it. You know? I think there's still a decent chance that I either make a new build. I'm kind of just like seeing the end game and saving up some money to do whatever I decide to do. Or when the ravens flock. It's either not searchable or no one has found one yet. It kind of both happen. And no one having found one yet is kind of a bad sign for me doing the build. Because I suspect you have to kill the like uber delirium boss. Does that get affected by rage effect even? It should. What is the phrasing on this one? Every rage also grants. Yeah, it would. Rage effect works on that. It's just that that does not work for Crown of Eyes. For applying to attack damage, because it's more spell damage, not increased spell damage. Which is to you non-PoEers. Everybody has fallen for that at least once. But I'm not really relying on spells anymore. It just really would be the Armageddon. But Armageddon is chunking bosses still. Yo, I'm walking around looking for this breach. I'm about to breach back to my hideout. My first PoE character, I played Smite to level 40 scaling spell damage. You're the person that everybody thinks they're gonna be when they play this game, and they call this game complicated, where you picked an attack where you swing a weapon that says it's an attack on the gem, and then you scaled spell damage.
Bring any tomes you find.
Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Hold on, workout group. I tried to scale ignite off the flamethrower skill. Okay, that's normal. Yo, wait. I don't know what you're talking about. What did you just say? Don't worry, it's an attack, so it must build combo. What are you talking about? Because it just tickled my brain in a way that I had an epiphany, but also, what the fuck are you replying to? The smite thing? The volcano is an attack. You place the volcano, you play martial artist, all attacks build combo. You constantly generate free combo and you just keep placing bells. Ding, 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 ding. I think people, there's easier setups for that. I think people were doing the, Rain of Arrows on bow. I'm just volcano brained. I really do, for some reason, want to do a high velocity rounds crossbow, but I think that Werewolf Stormweaver would be some real goofy stuff. I think the problem with both of those builds is that they are not very map clear. They're like boss killing, and it's a little too early to just be boss killing. Though I think the crossbow one could probably scale clear with the runic ward explosions and whatnot. And then the werewolf one just gets like typical. You just rend every single enemy and get Herald of Ice, and that's all you do. And then you get to a boss and you put down 4 volcanoes. Who has the time? Does it still obliterate your frame rate to grenade spam? Even if you have frame rate, you're not going to see your video game. I think them making grenade only crossbows is like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. They state their design goals of visual clarity. They get asked in the interviews, are grenade skills still a problem with visual clarity? They say yes, and then they're also like, yeah, but we added grenade only crossbows that can spam more grenades. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if there is a plan. There may not be a plan. Now, what if it was me, what I would have did? Hey, new crossbow came out. Oh, a grenade crossbow. Makes it so more projectiles don't apply to grenades and you only shoot 1 big grenade. That gets like more damage multiplier per grenade you would have fired type thing. Honestly, grenades should be like that default so that you don't have 700 of them exploding all of the time. But what are you gonna do? One big grenade. For some reason, they're always opposed to one big anything. Like, if you look at Fireball, I don't know why we got, like, split Fireball. One big anything kind of leads to really, really high damage, ignites and stuff, but they have solutions for that they've done for some really big hit skills where they say like, oh, it's a really big hit, 80% less ailment damage. Like I don't know why not. Path of Exile 1 had always bugged me that way. That if you're doing a totem build, the way you scale it is more totems and then more screen clutter, and then we complain about screen clarity. And this goes back to my rant about, I don't know why they designed companions to be a 1 companion limit and then within 2 patches made it so that Spirit Walker has 15 companions. Ooh, that's the good helmet. Do people still care about the good helmet? Corrupted for max cold resist? No one cares about the good helmet? Fuck, dude. I wanted to see what it upgraded into. You can't upgrade corrupted things either.
How can I help? Do you think?
It's probably just like 10 more energy shield anyway. Are companions playable this patch? They should be. They built... The minions got insanely buffed this patch, and Spirit Walker has a whole bunch of companion stuff. Holy fuck, I just saw he's in the orbs? I just turned that on just now. I've said that joke so many fucking times. Chat, what if I hung up my robe? Whatever that means. And I just leveled crossbow guy. And don't think about it too hard. Yeah, it's like half me kinda not vibing with the end game, but I was vibing with the end game until I entered the fortress.
Welcome. Take your time.
The fortress kinda sucks. And it's like the whole premise.
For now, we part.
What class has the fastest attack speed potential? There's one dude who made a default attack crossbow that absolutely blasts. I don't know what their tech is to do it. No one knows. They might just go Titan and get a whole bunch of attack speed nodes. I know that they were an incredibly high budget build, so it might just also be budget. You make this game seem enjoyable, but then describe it in a way. Dude, I have like 10,000 hours. This is the Steam review, mixed Steam review, where the guy has 10, 12,000 hours in the game and can point out these very specific niche things that have kind of been a problem for like 12 years. He's even like, oh, because I played 2 years before I got the Steam account. Actually, there's like more hours. I don't think you can play any game for like 10k hours and then not have some shit to say about it. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. You know, I have 10,000 hours in this game. Perfect. Nothing I would like to see changed. And a lot of it, here's like the unfortunate part of what might make it sound bad. I realized in Overwatch that typically the thing that pisses me off the most, really grinds my gears in a game, that gets me talking like what the problems are, is when the developers say shit and then don't follow through with what they're saying. Not even follow through, like I get it if they couldn't meet their vision, or like I get it. But Overwatch had a whole bunch of saying like, our design goal is we want this to happen, and then the very next patch they add things that do the exact opposite. And then it's like, okay, you've completely like, I'm trying to get on board for your vision and you aren't. And because Path of Exile devs are genuinely one of like the most vocal devs for their game, that'll do tons of interviews, hours and hours of interviews, be really open in those interviews of talking about like what the actual development, like what went wrong, and like be really transparent. They say a lot of shit that does not happen. And they've been doing more of that with Path of Exile 2 because it has genuinely been one of the weirdest developments of a game ever. But they're still like good devs, and you know, in the end, oh, they'll get it, it'll work out. It's just like, not this time. No swords this time. But they said that swords, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Eventually, okay, sure. Your cam, I just noticed. Yeah, I just turned it on. But yeah, basically, I wouldn't have so much shit to say if they didn't explain what they wanted to do and then didn't do it. And also because I have this superpower. It's an awful superpower. There's a lot of awful superpowers out there, but mine is remembering every single thing a developer said in any interview ever for their game that I'm interested in. And being able to like call back to like, wait, no, they said that and this was here. And I've been withdrawing from some PoE2 interviews for that reason recently, but like I used to do it. I mean, I knew like every single thing that was ever said about Overwatch, but I didn't even play it much at that point. Smite, I just watched every single like Smite developer thing and then didn't play the game, and like was interested in following the game's development because they were one of the first to have a lot more transparent dev talk, and then also because it's high res, they're a great example of they never did what they said they were doing. Okay. It's like when people bring up what you said about Vampire Survivors 4 years later. Probably to a degree that. I saw one snippet of, I don't know where I saw this, of a Billie Eilish interview where she was talking about how she'll write songs and then have to go on tour for those songs for that album. But those are songs she wrote like a year or two ago, usually like a year ago. And she's already like, yeah, I actually like by that point already don't vibe with them anymore. And like, don't feel like it's like the full representation of what I want it to do. But like, that is what I'm putting out. And that's what I'm telling people now. Like even within a year, you can, you know, shit changes. I don't know what I'm doing on this skill tree. I'm missing out on a lot. Does the frenzy thing, does Berserk count as an aura? I don't think so. I don't know specifically in this game what is an aura. I think the Atlas progression feels weird when you know eventually you'll have every single point and the choices you're making technically because of that don't matter. And then also doing the fortress right now. Fortress is a little weird. Is the stream okay? My internet's been having little hiccups today. Little baby hiccups. Laggy on the video side. I don't think it's been my internet. It might Sometimes in endgame PoE 2, I mean, like, whatever this is happening. So something's happening. Is weird. This is the EU server experience. That's actually what I was just about to say. Is like, is the NA server getting EU'd right now? Still kind of just mentally thinking how I would work crossbow guy. For not single target. Single target, Giga solved. I don't like grenades at all. But it might be like a flash grenade rune explosion angle. Where there's a thing where everybody explodes who gets heavy stunned. I really like the playstyle of just like the fast shoot, like top down gun with crossbow. But then the game reaches a point where there's just too many monsters for you to like individually target them. Like, why are you gonna shoot them when you can have Lady Geist Bomb? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know. Respect the grenades when it came out. Yeah, I also, because I'm in that middle ground of I also don't like having a million chaining projectiles coming out of the gun. But I don't really know what the solution to any of that is. Wow. Hey, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it has been me, because now my stream is lagging. Man. Refresh saved it. It's just my internet. I can see that it's not going well. Develop a Path of Exile 2 sequel that is slower paced and has room for that nuanced combat gameplay. Before the game launched and everyone was talking about how this game looks too slow, my take was there is no possible way this game will be slower than PoE 1 when you can move while shooting. But it really doesn't help that they that you can spam like 15 grenades. Okay, we're back.
Damn savages!
But basically, the Giga combo with the infinite poison spear is high velocity rounds has a thing called Riven Armor, where it stores 5% of the physical damage dealt by the snipe shot, and then all attacks that hit the monster after that, while it has the debuff, take 5% of the hit of the snipe. And 5% of the hit of the snipe on Spear Field, which can hit like 50 times a second, pretty much, all applies that damage. And then each of those can poison. You stack like 400 poisons on a boss, and it instantly disappears. And they made that spear better because it has an upgrade version now that quadruples the damage. At base before you do that gimmick. So I kind of just want to do crossbow to set up that gimmick for boss fights, but then also clear with crossbow stuff because it's fun. I like crossbow. And I haven't really committed to like a full... No, I have. I tried to do rapid shot a bunch of times, and it just was never very good. Takes a lot of investment. I've lost Euron's deadlock item? Yeah, more like deadlock. Yeah, that game is dead, am I right? The only update in 3 months made the game substantially worse? Yeah, more like deadlock. Meow, 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 meow. None of these matter. I was just thinking, what if I did convert to lightning on this build? Would it even matter? Lightning better than fire. But this side of the tree has all the fire. I also think because of all the stream desyncs, I feel like my chat might be like a minute behind right now. A minute behind my reality. One in chat. One. Okay, no, that was not that far behind. That was like 5 seconds. I think it was just the lingering deadlock aggro lasted longer than I thought it would. Oh wow, I'm giga behind. Okay, and also I was gonna say maybe some people are more behind than others that like joined recently, and refresh might change it. Who knows? I'm a good 30 minutes behind. That's better than a bad 30 minutes, I'll be honest.
This is what we have available.
This is what we have. Sorry. Building. Battle building. Interesting. If I were to do crossbow guy, what kind of ascendancy are we talking for crossbow guy? Yo, what if there's a good gemling quality for spear field or high velocity rounds? There's a spreadsheet somewhere that is difficult to read on what all the new gemling qualities do. Gemling quality is all the way on the right. Control F, high velocity rounds. Active skill, physical damage, final. What does it mean? Active skill attack speed. Because there's no way they made Gemling Legionnaire have quality for every gem, and every gem that I look up that I'm interested in is like, oh yeah, this one also gets attack speed. Like a default ass. Cool. Cool, so you're telling me it gets attack speed with Gemling quality. Very cool. And then there are some that genuinely transform it quite a bit. Ride horses? Hell no. I am the horse. People ride me. Okay, so both of those do nothing. Noted. So not gemling. Does any ascendancy even actually have increased attack speed? Ritualist, my beloved. Chrono has oh, Chrono do have the rotating skill speed now. I either need... It's fucking it's always Amazon, isn't it? When in doubt, the answer actually was Amazon. Because crits applied to poison, and crit would apply to the Riven shot. Oh, I've been wanting to use Moment of Vulnerability. You send out a duplicate of the boss? Is this only hit damage, though? No, it's not. Because then also guaranteed crits on Oracle. Plus double boss damage. I think you would hate it. It depends. Sometimes Moment of Vulnerability like spreads out the bosses in such an inconvenient way, but it is like actually so much damage.
Evil stirs.
Evil stirs.
Evil Ster and Ren class.
Hell yeah, you even hit the sound. Inevitable Agony unfortunately does not apply to damage over time. Sands of Time would occasionally give more attack speed. I don't think they have quite enough. Time Freeze would be nice for the setup though. Martial Artist. Kinda doesn't matter. I feel like the bell on your back with a crossbow would kind of help with the clear situation. Chalupa. I think Chalupa might be the best I've looked at so far. But it's still awkward. Did I? No. Nope. Pathfinder is more dead. Dude, it's Amazon. No, it's Amazon. Amazon just does everything. It's not fair. And then warrior ascendancies do nothing. Ideally, it's one down here so I can get hazard stuff and crossbow stuff because you need reload speed. It's so sad, dude. The gemling change is so hit or miss. Technically, this one also gives skill speed per green support gem, which would be most of the supports I have, I think, in the setup. All attribute requirements is nice. And then this ascendancy now has like nothing else. This was my favorite ascendancy in 0.1. What the fuck happened? What did it used to be? Like every single node got changed. And the only two that didn't get changed are the plus skill levels. That's a good node. Attribute gems can be satisfied. That's a good node. Everything else has been changed and it's stupid. How dare they? My beloved witch hunter, I think. Honestly, my beloved witch hunter. I could do the full 100 point swap and probably actually get a lot of poison stuff on the one setup and have still a reliable crossbow setup. Culling Strike Decimating is very good for like, because I'm going to do small hits so I actually get clear, and then the good old things explode to help clear. Would probably be the angle. If I did it. Dude needs to actually do it though. You need to actually do something. The other option being a build that actually just spams ward spells. Seems cool.
They can all see through
The
you.
Midnight Zenith. Only two exist. Who even drops this then? Thematically.
Stone beast!
Killer Lands, thank you, by the way. New expedition boss? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know how ice crystals determine their explosion damage. Oh, I can only die one more time. Hold on. Yeah, I have no idea. There's a new ward skill that generates a whole bunch of ice crystal pillars, which is kind of neat. And I was thinking maybe there's a way to do like a whole ice crystal thing with the Zenith amulet as well. It summons ice crystals around you and you blow them up. But for the Zenith ones, I have no idea what determines their damage. I think the biggest thing is that it's like such a big commitment to try and get through the campaign with a character that is stun locking me. Especially because I think I'm gonna have to do the runesmithing quest stuff again. I like do enjoy the campaign progression on skills and stuff though.
It'll be back.
But I know if I get it wrong, I will not have the patience for another. Stuck on there. Breach does the kitchen nightmares noise if you just heard it.
We tried something new here in Path of
Wrong
Exile
one.
2, but after seeing the feedback, we decided we actually liked what we had in Path of Exile 1.
I've done that every time I've gone for that. How come they get big fireball? Privileged ass breach monsters. My dying sound if you killed me in the ARPG. I have to make my own sounds because loot filter sounds still aren't working. I need like some sort of stimulation here.
Ancient blight.
Sub every time something drops, but you'll never know when something drops because you won't hear it. Wait a minute. Dude, doing ritual is such a great way to get all the dog shit uniques that I'm gonna need to re-level a character. Ding, ding, ding. Wanderlust boots? Exactly. I think it's really cool they made Ritual a unique generator. I'm really surprised they did something like that too. I always be like, what am I gonna get, you know? Ooh, big rune. Pause. Their masterworks all, you can't go wrong. Perfect jeweler's orb. Yeah, okay. That'd be my first. It's probably, I'm probably not gonna use it and just wait for a character 2 idea. Level with full support gems. The new league mechanic slaps. I feel like this and Delirium updates are some of the better, like simpler things they've done in a long time. And Delirium in particular feels like a Torchlight Infinite League to me, which I've been saying for a while. I wish they'd just copy Torchlight Infinite. Just like the visualization of things is so helpful. Choosing your reward, helpful. How are there still more enemies in here? Where are they coming from?
Now that's a fight.
Are they just like appearing out of nowhere? Okay, I really thought it was like going infinite. Devouring diadem, no. +3 Chober. Why did they not let us price check outside of hideout? I don't even have, like, I forget the button input. I haven't even tried to do it one time. Ooh, damage, 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 attack speed, mana leech. But no resist.
Carry on.
What's new?
Meh.
Someone is bound to buy that.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna start like not even using the support gems and expect to switch to something. I just really can't figure it out. My heart rate at the top right? Yes. Sorry, I'll hide that. That's private information. You can see that it spikes a little bit when I read chat. I'm a little scared of you. I really thought there would be more choices in this tree. There aren't.
Good news for you.
They sold quick. They're probably really good on martial artist. No Ster orb today. I turned them off briefly because I don't know, because the stream has been lagging and there's been issues today. I was wondering if it was like weird CPU overloaded stuff again with this game. Sometimes before, when I would play this game and have a webcam on, it would cause like little game hiccups, and people were saying they saw that, but also my internet's been weird, so I don't know what it was. I'm assuming internet, but you can never know for sure.
Down you go.
With these pesky computers these days. Painter gloves on martial artists. Yeah, is there a... I'm sure someone has like a thread or a list somewhere of what all the unique gloves do on martial artists. That might help inspire something. Martial artist just is good at everything, and they're on the correct side of the tree for playing a character. You imagine warrior ascendancies are the worst, and then also they're in the worst starting position. How do they get both? It's fucked up. Warrior starting area has gotten, I will give it, it has gotten better with the addition of armor to elemental damage. I guess I didn't really even read this patch what all of the energy shield nerfs are. Warrior side of the tree still just is a little bald. Hello. Where is the... I like don't know a lot of these maps yet and where I actually have to go to find the boss, which is making the gigantic maps feel even worse. Like I thought it was just down here. But then it ain't. List of stone uniques. Thank you. Path of Exile database has been carrying lately. The PoE 1 version is not very good. But they're starting to beat out the wiki for me for a lot of stuff. The bills I usually do per league. It depends. Last time I did a lot because I still feel like I was experimenting with a lot of stuff in the game, and I probably did. The last 2 leagues I probably did. I have to say it 6, 7.
How can I help?
Because that's somewhere around there. I'm sorry.
For now.
It's just the truth.
Play game or gift.
This time I don't think I'm gonna do 3 tops, probably 2. Unless this character, I say 3. I feel like I'm gonna make another one from scratch and like figure it out, and then at a certain point in the economy where things are available, I'm gonna respec this one and try Raven's Flock Oracle, and that might be it. Stumbler, thank you for the gifts as well. And Alt CHQ, dude, that was 20 minutes ago. Bad streamer. I don't even know what happened. I wasn't even there. I think it's Witch Hunter, man. Oh, let me look at the uniques. These are all the transformed uniques from Fist of Stone. Double damage to enemies that are on full life. I don't think there's double damage anywhere in PoE 2 other than that. That's quite cool. Because in this game ailments are based off the damage of the hit, wouldn't that mean that your initial snipe on like a boss would do double the poison or ignite? Because it should. The little known niche item Mage Blood, I think it would help, but yeah, you know. Requires level 1 on this as well. Oh, I think it says that for everything as a lie on this page. There's a lot of onslaught in here. I'm really intrigued by this double damage. But if you accidentally tickle the boss, well then you're bad. And then you could run Trample Toe for overkill damage. Also, I've been wondering, anybody who's playing Martial Artist, does Herald of Ash work on your bells? Like, are your bells considered enemies, and do they trigger either Trample Toe or Herald of Ash? Is he lagging, or is that just me? It's me. It's been me all day. It's really fun. We're having a good time. They got knockback direction as reversed Glovos. I'm assuming you guys can still hear me properly. Really, no martial artists know the answer to that? Oh shit. It still has the thing in the front. Oh, stream's not working. Hey guys, I might just have to like end stream today. It's been doing it all day. I don't like, it's not, normally I would blame the Texas weather. No idea. It might be an alt channel stream and just accept that it's bad over there. I was really enjoying just vibing and not just playing PoE 2. It's been so long since the last league. And I'm in think mode. A real thinker. Back for now, it's like better, but it's still not. It's still not. Yeah. I think I need to call it. This has been happening too much. As a total today, 9.5% of my frames on Twitch didn't happen. Almost like 10% of the stream was fucked. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get a snack. There's a chance I might stream on my alt. I'd say low chance, but I might. So follow that if you're interested in more PoE 2. But I'm probably just gonna ponder my build, and then maybe if I figure out something I really want to do, I'll stream leveling it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep progressing endgame while I think about it. Thanks for watching, especially watching PoE 2, and especially while my stream is not even working. You tried switching PoE 2 servers. It's my internet.